Hello all. Today I'm going to review Rhinox jacket, and this particular jacket is Storm Evo jacket, Noctex series. I bought this jacket about 8 months back and I've used it close to 7 to 8,000 kilometers now. When I bought this, what I realized is that there was no real detailed review on YouTube. Basically, after user has used it for some time, and hence I thought I'll use it for a good amount of kilometers, and then I will mention my experience of using it. So first thing first, this jacket only costed me about 11,750 rupees, and this is including all the armors and everything. And I bought the pants separately, about which also I'll be talking about. So that is the price. Now coming on to some of the pros of the jacket. The biggest pro is that this has all the armor one can ask. So it has the sliders on the shoulders on both the sides, as you can see. Also under the sliders there is shoulder armor, then there is elbow armor over here, then there are chest protectors as you can see inside, and there is also a back protector, this complete piece of back protectors. So there is elbow, shoulder, chest and back. 4 pieces of armor, all CE level 2 certified by Knox, which is I think really good from a protection perspective. But what I think is that the adverse side of the protectors is that the weight is close to 3 kg. But credit where it is due, even though there is weight of 3 kg, when you actually ride it, you don't really feel the weight. So weight distribution in that way is quite good. Now in this series of covering all the pros of the jacket, one good pro is that it has really good ventilation. As you can see, there is all mesh around over here on both the sides. There is also mesh on the shoulders right up to your complete hand length, including the armpits on both the sides. And there is also a lot of mesh in the back. So from that perspective, this is really well ventilated jacket. So really no issue in terms of riding, even in extreme heats. You keep on feeling that breeze all around. So that's really a good plus. The second big pro is this whole Noctex. What I've been told that it is some kind of a material which is applied all along this gray area which you see over here on the hands and even at the back side, these panels. So these panels are really very reflective. So in the event of you riding in the night, the reflection is really very high and the visibility is extremely good. So that is something which is plus point. Another plus point is that the fabric is Cordura fabric, which is basically abrasion resistance. So in the event of slide or in the event of crash, you won't really feel the impact, and jacket is supposed to take the most of the impact of it. Now talking about fitting, I am 5 feet 11 inches, and as you can see I'm maybe medium build. I'm not very heavy or not very lean, and large size fits me well. It's not a very snug fit, it's pretty good fitting. There are also these stretchable panels at the back on both the sides. So this also helps in terms of fitting. And then there are these buckles or whatever Velcro straps through which you can again fit it to the waist basis your requirement. So fitting per se, I really don't have any complaint. In the last pro, the visibility is very good, and in addition to Noctex, there are these, as you can see, this piping, which is fluorescent in color all around. Then these are the fluorescent marks, this fluorescent patch, this again high visibility patch over here, and similarly piping all around back. So although the base color is black, but it really stands out during the night ride. So along with the Noctex material, is all piping which is fluorescent in color, really helps in that way, and make sure that as a rider, even in the night situation, you are visible. Now coming to some of the cons of this jacket, I'll start with the closure system first. So this is a zip, which closes the jacket, and the way it goes around neck is there is this button, and then you can click it. Now this roundel is very, very cumbersome on the neck. It's not very easy. Some of the other jackets by Rhinox, which cost about half of this, do not have this extra portion. It is just something like this. So it is just too much of comfortable, it's too much comfortable on the neck, and which I think should be done by Rhinox in all the jackets they are manufacturing. This is not really helping in any way. The second con is general quality of this Noctex material which is applied on top of it. If you can just come a little closer, I'll show some areas. As you can see, this is peeling off in lots of patches over here. Again, this one, I hope it is little visible. Get a little closer. Yeah. So this is something which is there. Again, this area. So wherever you see, there is this kind of things are happening. Even near the elbows, if you can see these areas, it's not really holding up well. And this, by the way, started another area over here as well. So wherever there is a movement, these things are not holding and they are losing their potency, if I can use that word. So, and this actually started immediately after I bought it, hardly after 3-4 months. But I didn't realize it and I didn't complain to Rhinox. The warranty is only 6 months. So really, that's another surprise, that why only 6 months warranty. And after 6 months, when I reached out to them, naturally I don't blame them. It was always upfront that warranty is for 6 months. They said this is normal usage and wear and tear. But one would really expect a good quality and don't expect the jacket to be going in this condition within, let's say, 6-7 months. One more example of bad quality is the closure system. So this is the hand closure system. You can see this is peeling off. And again, this started peeling off immediately on both the hands. So not really pleasing sight to see. When you see this, it really looks bad, feels bad. The quality is not great as one would expect. The third con is the positioning of these pockets. As you can see, there are 2 pockets on both the sides, but the opening is from extreme left. So what happens when you're riding and if you are having all the gears, like there is this CE2 protector, you really need to bend your hand too much. And the access to these pockets is really cumbersome. It's not so easy to access those. Had this chain been on this side or on the front side, it would have been much easier. But the chain being to the extreme right of the jacket, your hand needs to be folded like this, and then it just becomes too much difficult. So this is the position, and this angle is not very easy to achieve when these armors are there. So that's another practical issue, from a ease of access standpoint. One more thing is that there is no real waterproof, pocket. Most of the jackets have waterproof pocket inside. At least they are given one, but this doesn't have any. So that is another area of improvement for Rhinox. So now coming on to the final verdict. At the price point, this is really good because it gives you all the armors. And my assumption is that because of the armor, it is carrying that much of a weight. But if you compare it against some of the other brands such as Alpinestar or maybe Revit and all, then this is almost half the price. Mind you, those jackets starts at about 20,000 plus and then just go up to skyrocketing price. So from that perspective, this is really well priced. But the quality issues are something really needed to be sorted out. If those are sorted out and if something can be done about weight, then I think this is really a winner. Made in India brand, marketed very well, available at ease, and mostly it really serves all the purpose. So from that standpoint, thumbs up. But quality issues absolutely needs to be sorted out. You can't have such a low quality of the materials, especially the the things which I mentioned. So that is something needs to be improved by Rhinox. So when I bought the jacket, I also bought the same brand pant, which is again Rhinox and Noctex, the same kind of a reflective series which they have. Now while jacket, I would still say on the scale of 5 being the highest jacket scores about 3 star, I can't say the same about pant. It actually scores only 1 star or even less than that. Now coming on to the material, as you can see, this is that Noctex material, which is a reflective material. So in the night, it really helpful, undoubtedly. There is good amount of ventilation, as you can again see. There are meshes over here, there is mesh over here. So good amount of ventilation. The mesh over here also. The pant also comes with CE level 2. These are your hip guards, CE level 2, and also there are knee guards. They are also CE level 2. So protection again, Rhinox is making sure that they are giving you best of the protection. The only and the biggest con of the pant is that there is no stretchability whatsoever. This really becomes extremely cumbersome, and mind you, I tried multiple sizes. None of these sizes were fitting well at all. They need to have some kind of a stretchable material over here, because when you mount on the bike, this just doesn't stretch and it is too much tight. Another cascading impact of that is, because you have the knee pads over here and because this doesn't stretch at all, the knee pads start pushing into your knee, and then over long ride, immediately after let's say 70-80 kilometers, your knee starts paining, and which you can't do anything about. You just need to remove it. No matter how well you adjust it, it just doesn't work. It is extremely painful and not really helpful at all. The good point is that there is large opening over here, so from that way it helps to even wear around your high boots, and in that way it really fits well. So all that is good, but otherwise not very happy with the pant. And mind you, pant is a little bit light as compared to jacket, but this also costs you whooping 9,000 rupees. So it is not cheap as such. But this pocket placement is also not very helpful. The same thing, too much at the towards the vest. So when you are wearing a jacket, putting it like this, very difficult. It should have been a little bit at the down so that the access is very easy. Although it has both the pockets, but not something which of great use. The waistband, again, this is adjustable, but something more elastic would have been better. So definitely wouldn't recommend buying a pant. It's practically speaking waste of money. I haven't used it at all, and that is the reason you can see the Noctex and everything is holding well, and it has not gone bad like a jacket which I showed you. Instead, what I use is a jeans, which is basically riding jeans. They also come with D3O armor, not by Rhinox. They are by Royal Enfield or by Karate or by Alpinestar and all. So I use those. They're very flexible, available in different colors, and also come with the armor, and that is something which I'm using. At a price point of 9,000, definitely not worth it. So this is my user review of both Rhinox Evo Noctex series jacket as well as trouser, pant or riding pant. I hope you find it useful, and this should hopefully help you in making your purchase decision. Thanks for watching.